Welcome to the Daily Drop on Pro Ball Daily. I'm Mike.
And I'm Tara. And if you thought yesterday was wild, buckle up, because today's sports landscape is absolutely bonkers. From shockers in the EPL to a 269-point explosion in the NBA and what might be the most unexpected #1 team in the NHL Power Index we've seen all season.
You're not kidding, Tara. We've got upsets, blowouts, and some statistical anomalies that are going to make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite leagues. But let's kick things off with some MLS action, because Charlotte FC decided they were tired of being quiet.
Tired of being quiet is an understatement, Mike. Our MLS stat of the day comes straight from that Red Bulls Charlotte FC match, where Charlotte absolutely demolished the Red Bulls 6-1. 6 goals. That's not a soccer match, that's a goal fest.
A goal fest is right, and you look at the Power Index top 5, Charlotte FC is sitting pretty at number 5 with 60.8 points. After a performance like that, you have to wonder if they're not undervalued. They just took a team, admittedly not a top-tier team, and put on a clinic.
It validates their spot for sure. You've got New York City FC at the top with a dominant 84.6 points, then Real Salt Lake with 80.1, LAFC at 68.6, and Atlanta United at 62.2. But Charlotte, to put up 6 goals against anyone in this league, that's a statement. They weren't just winning, they were making a point.
Exactly, and contrasting that with the DC United 0-0 Atlanta United match and LAFC 0-0 Austin FC. It's like MLS has two personalities, either as an absolute defensive grind or a wide-open, high-scoring spectacle. You had Houston and Dallas combining for 7 goals in a 4-3 Dallas win, and Nashville putting up 5 unanswered goals against Orlando.
It's the wild west of soccer. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, Atlanta, a top 5 team, settling for a scoreless draw, while Charlotte, another top 5 team, puts up a touchdown. It just shows the parity and the unpredictable nature of the league right now. And maybe, just maybe, Charlotte is signaling a run for that top spot.
If they can carry that offensive momentum, they absolutely could. But let's shift gears across the pond to the English Premier League, where unpredictable doesn't even begin to cover it. Tara, are we in an alternate universe?
Mike, I'm checking my calendar, I'm checking the standings, and yes, we are absolutely in an alternate universe. Liverpool lost to Brighton 2-1. Liverpool. And Chelsea got absolutely thumped 3-0 by Everton. My jaw is still on the floor from those results.
Mine too, and the Power Index reflects some of this madness. Arsenal, rightly so, at number 1 with 90.8 points. But then Everton, fresh off that 3-0 thrashing of Chelsea, is sitting at number 2 with 79.5 points. Brighton, who just took down Liverpool, is at number 3 with 73.6. Wolverhampton and Newcastle round out the top 5.
This is huge, Mike. Chelsea is a team that has aspirations for European spots, and to get dominated 3-0 by Everton, who are clearly surging, that's a massive blow to their confidence and their season. It raises so many questions about their defense, their midfield, everything. And Liverpool losing to Brighton is just another chapter in what's been a very up-and-down season for them. What's going on at Anfield?
I don't know, Tara. It's like the traditional powerhouses are struggling to find consistency, while teams like Everton and Brighton are just hitting their stride. Is this a changing of the guard, or just a blip on the radar for the Giants? My hot take, Chelsea needs to make some serious adjustments and fast, or they'll be watching European nights from home. And speaking of statistics or lack thereof, our EPL stat of the day is no games today means no standout stats to analyze, just silence in the football world, which is, ironically, a perfect stat given the chaos that just happened.
It's the calm before the next storm, Mike. You know it. Let's hope the next round of matches brings as much drama, even if it's less painful for some of my picks. Now, over to La Liga, where things might be a bit more predictable at the top, but there's still plenty of excitement.
Agreed. Barcelona still reigns supreme at number 1 in the Power Index with 79.6 points, with Atletico Madrid close behind at 74.1. Real Madrid, surprisingly, is a distant third at 65.3 points. But what's really interesting are Getafe at 64.4 and Valencia at 63.9 rounding out the top 5. These aren't the perennial giants, but they're making a statement.
They absolutely are. Valencia just beat Sevilla 2-0, a solid win, and Getafe took down Espanyol 2-1. These teams are proving their spots in that top 5. It's not just the big 3 anymore. There's real competition and depth showing up in La Liga.
And we saw a high-scoring affair there too, with Levante beating Oviedo 4-2. That's our La Liga stat of the day, 6 goals combined in that thrilling match. It shows that while the top teams might be a bit more defensive, there's still plenty of attacking flair to be found throughout the league. What do you make of Real Madrid being so far back from Barcelona and Atletico, Tara? Is this just a blip, or are they genuinely struggling more than we think?
I think it's a genuine struggle to maintain consistency, Mike. They have incredible talent, but the cohesiveness just isn't there every single week in the way Barca and Atleti have managed. And with Getafe and Valencia playing with such fire, those points become even harder to secure. They need to figure it out quickly if they want to truly challenge for the title.
You're absolutely right. Now, let's swing over to the diamond with MLB. The Atlanta Braves are looking absolutely dominant, sitting atop our power index with 70.1 points. Houston Astros at 64.5, Los Angeles Angels at 63.8, Cleveland Guardians at 62.9, and then the Boston Red Sox at 62.9. And Tara, this is where my eyebrows start to reach my hairline.
Oh, I know where you're going with this, Mike. The Red Sox, number 5 in the power index. But if you look at their trends, they went 30% in March 2026, which is a whopping 10 points below their season baseline. How in the world do you stay in the top 5 with a trend like that?
Exactly. It's a huge disconnect. Are we valuing past performance too heavily, or is the power index seeing something in their underlying metrics that we're missing? Because a 30% win rate in a month is not top 5 material. Meanwhile, the Athletics went 63% in March, which is plus 7.5 above their baseline. They're trending up. And Arizona, well, they went 44% in March, minus 7.7 below their baseline. So you have teams like the A's quietly surging, and the Red Sox, who are supposed to be a contender, completely falling apart in March.
It's baffling. And Atlanta is just showing why they're number 1, crushing the Red Sox 6-1 in a head-to-head. They proved their dominance. Then you had some high-scoring games like Philadelphia 8, Baltimore 10, and the White Sox 7, Cincinnati 11. Lots of offense out there.
And our MLB stat of the day comes from that wild 10-8 battle, where Jhonkensy Noel posted a 69 MLB rating for the Orioles, a really strong individual performance in a high-octane game. But seriously, the Red Sox need to figure out what happened in March. That's a huge red flag moving forward. And the Yankees, by the way, losing 3-1 to Detroit. Not a great day for some of the traditional East Coast powers.
The AL East is in for a shakeup, I think. It's not going to be business as usual. Now, speaking of shakeups, let's talk about the NHL, because the Power Index top 5 there is probably the most shocking across all sports today.
You are not kidding, Tara. This is the biggest head-scratcher of the day for me. Buffalo Sabres at number 1 with 70 points. The Buffalo Sabres, followed by the Carolina Hurricanes at 72.1, Columbus Blue Jackets at 72, Ottawa Senators at 69, and the New York Islanders at 65.2. Where are the Bruins, the Avalanche, the Oilers, the Lightning? This is wild.
It's a brand new NHL, Mike. The Sabres are actually proving it too, beating LA 4-1. The Blue Jackets at number 3 just beat Seattle 5-2. These aren't flukes. These teams are genuinely performing at a high level. My hot take, the old guard is getting complacent, and these hungry teams are seizing the moment.
But Tara, let's look at the trends for a second here, because this might explain some things. The Boston Bruins, our NHL stat of the day, had a 91% win rate in January 2026, which was plus 25.5 above their season baseline. Phenomenal. But then in March 2026, they went 55%, which is minus 10.8 below their season baseline. That's a massive swing. It's like they hit a wall.
And that, Mike, explains why they're nowhere near the top 5 now. January was a dream, but March was a nightmare. It shows you can't just rely on one hot streak. Consistency is key. The Hurricanes also had a rough January, 50% win rate, minus 13.0 below their baseline. So while they're in the top 5 now, they've had their struggles too.
It just reinforces the idea that the NHL is wide open this season. Any team on any given night can be a contender or fall off a cliff. The Sabres being at number 1, for me, is the boldest statement our power index has made all year. I mean, they're typically known for rebuilds, not topping the league.
It's fantastic for the league, Mike. New teams, new stories. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the NBA as well, but with a whole lot more scoring.
A whole lot more scoring indeed. Our NBA stat of the day comes from what can only be described as a video game score. The Clippers and Dallas combined for an astounding 269 points in a wild shootout, with the Clippers edging it out 138-131. That's just absurd.
Absurd is right, and it's not the only high-scoring game. Houston beat Miami 123-122 in a nail-biter. The offenses are just clicking everywhere. And look at our Power Index top 5. San Antonio Spurs at number 1 with 77.6 points, then Charlotte Hornets and OKC Thunder tied at number 2 with 74.6 points, the Knicks at 69.8, and the Lakers at 65.4. Another list full of unexpected contenders, Mike.
It's a youth movement, Tara. The Spurs, Hornets, Thunder, these are teams with exciting young talent really coming into their own. And the Lakers still hanging in the top 5, but with some tough competition. But the real story here, to me, is the Atlanta Hawks. Look at their trends.
Oh my goodness. The Hawks, this is the definition of a roller coaster season. They went 55% in February, which was a brutal minus 16.9 below their season baseline. Absolutely terrible. Then in March, they flipped the script completely, going 90% and plus 18.6 above their baseline. That's an insane turnaround in 1 month.